So from here, I'm just going to squat and I'm going to drive, and the first thing that's going to hit Liam is going to be my shoulders, not my arms. I'm not looking for grips. I knock him back. I feel where we're at, where the barriers are, and I work my pass. Okay? Like we talked about last week, the reason why people sit at this guard is because they want to grip fight with you. So I'm not going to do that. My goal is to get him on his back, carrying my weight. That's all I care about. I want him on his back, holding me up. That's number one. Then number two, I want chest to chest, ear over higher than his ear, preferably at the same time, okay? And then three, I pass. It's those 3 steps every time. So let's say here, Liam, you squat and drive, and now there's a knee shield. Okay, so you feel where the frame is strong, change the angle, slide up. Next time he comes in, he's not picking this, right? He just wants to be on my back and holding my weight. Oh, now I've got a hook. Feel where the frame is strong, yes. Change the angle and pass. So I want you guys to go very slow. You don't have to ram into each other, but go slow. Get them on their back. Close your eyes and feel what the frame is. It's only strong holding weight in one direction. Change the angle with your hips or shoulders and work your way up nice and relaxed. Back and forth, and then we're going to drill. Okay, go. Good. Okay, guys. Before we drill, any questions on passing? This is a very simple passing game, but I've never seen anything that comes close to it in terms of efficiency, right? Like I said last Friday, normally the single most tiring thing in jiu-jitsu is not escaping, because when you're escaping, you're still on your back a little bit, and there's moments where you can rest and then you go. The most tiring thing in jiu-jitsu is passing the guard. So good guard players can work a good open guard and have you struggling for 4 or 5 minutes to pass the guard, and then you get tired, and then that's when they get you. Passing this way reverses that equation, because they're having to hold you up. Okay, so you're not doing that. When I'm passing the guard, I'm just laying on them. I'm not using any energy. They're using all their energy to hold me up. And because they're holding me up, their hips don't move the same way. They're not quick. They don't have all the triangles and the sweeps and everything they would do if my feet are flat. So if you want to pass this way, and I think you should, you have to be diligent about never letting your feet get flat when you're passing the guard. If your heels are touching the mat, you're not passing. You should be on your toes, because they should be carrying you up. So once you make contact with them, they should be holding you up the whole time. Now, I have black belts that don't pass this way, because they've trained for 15 years passing flat-footed, and that's how they pass. And that's totally up to you. You don't have to pass this way either, but I think this is a better way to pass. It's simpler, it's more effective, changes the energy, and people have a real hard time dealing with that kind of pressure once you learn how to do it. But to be able to learn to pass this way, you have to be willing to get swept, to fall face first sometimes, you know, to land in a triangle. You're going to drive into a triangle. That's going to happen, right? The first couple months you do this, and then pretty soon you start to feel those things and it stops happening. But you have to be willing to go through that little bit of pain first. Make sense? Liam, did you have a question?
Yeah, what's maybe the most common thing you do if you end up in that situation where you do get your head pushed down and now you've got, you know, still on their body, but you're kind of starting to be down here a little bit further? What would be like, is there a direction?
So you're going to change the angle and you're going to move, and it totally depends on where you're at. But yeah, what I don't want to do is I don't want to take my hands and pull your hands off. Okay, that's what you want me to do. So if I'm laying on you and you're pushing my head down, again, I have to feel the direction strong and then switch my hips or my feet and change the angle with my body, right? Maybe hop over or whatever, right? They're here, but your hips and your feet can still move left or right. So that's where you wind up changing the angle. But keeping the pressure on, that pressure is always forward. They cannot move this, otherwise it's going to fill up, right? I don't drop to my knees and take my weight off of them. Yeah, I don't go backwards. Yes?
Coach, when he launches, I'm just kind of falling into full guard. How does he or me, whoever does it, stay?
That's a good question. So the hardest part of this is, this passing style is the entry. Because the one place you don't want to drive, lay down on your back limb, your legs out. The one place I don't want to drive is right here. I don't want to fall into his closed guard. So I have to get over or around 1 foot with a little bit of an angle, and now I can drop. A little bit of an angle, now I can drop. You don't even necessarily always need to touch, right? I can go here, and now, of course, I can drop because I'm holding his leg there for a second. But, you know, just a little bit and then drop, and now I'm not going to go inside his closed guard or full guard. I'm going to be off askew somewhere. He's going to be holding me up somewhere, and then that becomes my pass. So, angle, a little bit of an angle.
Same thing versus sit up, of course, right? Just, we're just doing it versus sit up and we're getting them there.
Say that one more time.
Same thing versus sit up, so versus sit up guard, this angle, just not here, right? So
yes,
same
but
copy.
But from sit-up guard, I'm also trying to put him on his back. So I'll take a slight angle, but you don't have to worry as much about going in full guard when you attack this way, because if you're doing what I tell you to do and you're hitting with your shoulder first, you keep your hands down low, it's actually, you can kind of hop over on one leg and you'll almost always get half guard. Almost always get half guard. It's difficult. If I just told Liam to try and put me in closed guard when I drive into him, it'd be difficult for him to do it because I have all the momentum on my side. Okay, let's line up on the wall. The thing I notice is what will happen is people walk up to their partner, you know, your opponent who's holding guard, they walk up here and then you get tentative, like, how am I going to get in there? I want to try and catch an angle. I put my hands here. And then what happens is by the time you put your weight on them, your weight's not on them, your hands are on their legs and your head's maybe around their belly. And they're just going to frame you and push you away and sweep you and take you down, right? I'm not thinking about that at all. I'm going to lower my level and I just want to get him on his back and get my chest and head as high as I can. Don't care where my gripping right now. You just want to get your head up higher over than their head, and then all that stuff is just going to disappear. All that kind of, those sweeps and all that's gone for them, okay? So shoot higher. When you come in on the entry, see if you can get your head higher than their head, okay? Other side, let's go. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe, hit the bell for frequent updates because we're updating this every week, and make sure you comment and like and share our videos. We appreciate it, and we definitely try and respond to all the comments. And if you like what we're doing and you like the material, check out SBG University, SBGU, and you're going to see a ton more in much greater depth than what you see here on YouTube. Thank you very much.